We are Venom.
Just met a girl, say she from the H-Town. I say my name is
Venom Fang.
Cup smoking ghost face killer. Got these boppers going crazy.
Bye y'all. Venom out.
What's Gucci, my symbiotes? Venom back at it again. Alright, so I promised y'all a Hot Wheels custom, and this is also going to be a Fig custom too. If y'all saw the last one of the last vids that I did when I had the chopper on there, Art Gutierrez told me to, well, he hinted to go ahead and customize it, and I kind of wanted to customize it as soon as I got it, because I'm not really so much digging the red, and I think Punisher would be dope if he had a black custom chopper, man. So I'm gonna do this up. I'm not gonna go in each step because that would be too long, and I don't have a lot of memory on my phone. So I'm gonna show you obviously what it looked like first, and let me get them off. Come on, dude. All right, so this is obviously what it looks like right now. I might do a little YouTube magic, and you know, bam, and next thing you know, you see the new one. But yeah, I'm gonna customize that, and then this is also gonna be a tutorial, I guess, in a sense, of supplies you need if you want to go ahead and do your own custom Hot Wheels. So I got a couple of them set up. This is already they call them customs, but these are just, to me, they're wheel swaps, because like I took these wheels off of another car and stuck them on here, and same thing with this one. But this I actually custom. I kind of painted it in there, painted the back, painted the wheels. But I'm gonna, what they like to call in the Hot Wheel community, I'm gonna rob the wheels off of this one, and I'm gonna stick them on this one, and then I'm gonna take the wheels off of this one, and I'm gonna either try to decide which one I want to put them on, one of these two. I'm gonna show you how to de-blister this, which is actually taking this off, pulling the car out, and then reapplying it to where I could stick my custom back in here. Because if y'all watch my Fig collection, I have some of my customs re-blistered, and I'll show you how to do that, and I'll show you also what the tools you'll need. So let's get into that real fast. First, to take off the blister, you're gonna need acetone, nail polish remover. Any of you guys wives that paint their nails, you know what I'm saying, y'all might have this laying around. I prefer to get the clear kind, because if she has color kind, it might, I'm not saying it will and I'm not saying it won't, but sometimes it might dye this a little bit. So if you can find the clear one, I'm not sponsored, but I should be. And then when you're gonna want to reapply them, you can do this, but I don't, because it doesn't mess it up anyways. But you can use these things. I don't know what they're called, some kind of clamps, but you're gonna use those to clamp basically like this, so that when you reapply it, it holds the pressure down, and then the card will re-stick. Because what happens is when you put the nail polish on here, it activates this adhesive or whatever it is right here, this glue, and it like peels back. So then when you let it dry, it seals itself, and then when you put the acetone back on there, it activates it again. And then all you do when you put the clamps on is just hold it down, so that when it dries, it stays activated again. So, you know, then you use that. Another thing with taking these cars apart, there is a little rivet on here. As y'all can see, it's right there. I usually use an 11/64 to take them off, but I'm gonna use a 5/32. It's just a tad bit smaller, but it still works just as good. And then when you want to strip your cars, there is paint stripper. I don't have none on me at the moment, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna tell y'all what y'all can. Y'all can go to Home Depot and y'all can get paint stripper, and just make sure you use, you know, protective wear, man, and face protection too, because you don't want to inhale that stuff. But I use one of these. I buy them from the dollar store or wherever y'all can get them, from y'all's hobby store. And this also helps taking off the paint. After you already paint the strip, it'll take off the excess. And every customizer is gonna need a screwdriver. I get these from Harbor Freight. I also get these from the dollar store. They're real small, fine. I usually use this one, that's why it's all bent up and broken. And then to paint, obviously, you know, you can get a really cheap one. This is what I'm gonna use on the motorcycle. I got these from Hobby Lobby, or you can get them from Michael's too. They come in different fine, you know, brush bristles. And the most important thing, you're gonna need a drill. So make sure y'all protect y'all's hands too, man. Can't stress that enough. And with any customizer that does this stuff, you'll know you probably have a bucket like this full of paint and all their kind of accessories. But yeah, man, this is also the paint that I'm using. It's cheap, but I mean, heck, it worked on the blade that I painted. And these are like, I don't know, 75 cents or $1 at Walmart. Oh, and then pulling these wheels off from inside. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Once I pull the car apart, you'll need a pair of these to pull the wheels off. So let's get into it real fast. All right, y'all. So when doing this, do make sure that these cars, some of them are plastic, so be careful where you place your hands. I've already done this plenty of times, so I know kind of what I'm doing. But what you're gonna want to do is try to stay in the middle and drill this off. All you're gonna do is want to take off this circle piece, and if you get it good enough, you'll be able to take it off in a little circle. It'll come out. Watch, I'll show you. Oh, kind of a fail. Usually these older cars are kind of harder to take apart, but make sure y'all always have something on the wherever y'all are working on. If you can kind of see, starting to come out. There is a little bit of excess around it, but we'll knock that out real fast. Y'all can also use your screwdriver to knock off the excess. So that's basically done. It should be able to come apart, and then we'll knock on the other one. Let's see. And you just slide this into the front. Just might need a little bit more. Let me get. All right, man, I'm back. So what you want to do, I already kind of did it off camera, but you want to put your screwdriver in here by the front tire. Try not to hit the fender well or the tires, because you might bend the axles, but I'm sorry. What you're gonna do is push down and kind of pry this way with your hand at the same time, and it'll come off. And if you do it good enough, they'll both come off at the same time. So now you can just take the body off. There goes the interior and the glass. And let me get in close so I can show y'all. If y'all see these little hooks, this is where those little snippets, these things come in handy, because what you got to do is you got to clip these little hangers off, and then this axle will come off. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so that's basically knocking them off. You may need to kind of get your screwdriver and pry them back a little bit, just so that they can come out. I mean, I've done this quite a few times, and heck, everybody's not perfect. Sometimes they don't always come out the way you want them, but I mean, if any of y'all get stuck, I can always show y'all too. I'm actually really happy to hear a lot of you fig collectors are getting into the Hot Wheels and starting to show them on y'all's vids now. I want to give a big shout out to Brando82 for shouting me out. I'm shouting him back out. But it's tight to start seeing y'all get in there. So see, sometimes they might get a little stuck, so you might have to pry them. But if you have yourself a little bit of, a little bit of patience, they'll pop out. So see, I mean, you may have to bend them a little bit, but it's all good as long as you take your time. This is a tedious kind of hobby. Sometimes they don't always come out the perfect way, like I said, but if you just keep at it, they'll eventually come out. Or if you have yourself a really good set of snippets, they'll probably come out a lot better as well. Hold on. Alright, so this one came out a little bent, but it's all good. I'll still be able to, like, you know, bend it back and get it straight. But let me bend it back. Alright, so I got it bent back. Not bad. So just to show y'all how you do a wheel swap, I'm gonna do this real fast. Maybe if any of y'all like it, I'll do another vid showing maybe like a full custom. Alright, so let's pulling this apart. Again, some of these I get off really good, so I don't have to actually take them clamps off. You can just kind of peel them back. But and the other thing is also matching up your axles. The axle is actually, you know, this line that holds the wheels together. And again, this is gonna make a mess, so if y'all can kind of see all this little stuff, make sure wherever, oops, sorry about that. Wherever you're doing it, you put down a paper towel or something. Because if you're doing it like the way I'm doing it on the kitchen table, you gotta make sure you clean up before the wife gets home. So this is a basic wheel swap, man. So it does roll. Basically put it down here. Or let me see. I got some kind of a flat area. So this is the box cereal. I mean, you can do whatever your heart desires in this, man. You know what I'm saying? This is just an easy one. You know, if y'all look at my collection vid, y'all can see some more harder ones that I've done with them taking off the paint, painting the inside of the car, painting, you know, everything, man. Because this is a tedious little hobby, man. You know, it's a little bit different than painting the figs and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, man, it's still fun too. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna de-blisterize one of these to show y'all how it works, and then I'm gonna show you basically putting it back in there. All right, let's get to it. All right, man, so I'm back. I forgot to mention, you are gonna need some Q-tips, because that's what I use on to soak these things. So I'm gonna use this one. So all you do is you basically put this on here until it soaks through. Just want to get this nice and saturated so that it bleeds through and you'll be able to peel it right off and then basically take the car out. Let's see, it looks like it might have already. Again, be real careful with this because you don't want to hold on. Alright, so this might be a little bit of a fail, but I mean, this is just to show y'all kind of how it works. So it'll basically open. If you do it a lot better than I just did, you'll be able to keep the paint there. I mean, it's not that bad, but all you gotta do is you can basically toss this to the side, just leave it there. Bam, there you got your car. Got your car out. And this one will be a lot easier because this is a plastic, so they take off a lot easier than that metal one that I had earlier. But let me take it apart, same steps, and then I'll show you it with the wheels on. Alright. What's Gucci, my symbiotes? Venom back at it again. Alright, so I promised y'all a Hot Wheels custom, and this is also gonna be a Fig custom too. If y'all saw the last one of the last vids that I did when I had the chopper on there, Art Gutierrez told me to well, he hinted to go ahead and customize it, and I kind of custom chopper, man. So I'm gonna do this up. I'm not gonna go in each step because that would be too long, and I don't have a lot of memory on my phone. So I'm gonna show you obviously what it looked like, and these will come off a lot easier. Usually the ones that I just took off that other car, those are pop culture cars, and they usually are a metal body and a metal base. But the regular cars that you get from Walmart, which I mean they still sell pop cultures there too, but the dollar cars that you get from Walmart, they're gonna always have a plastic body, like 9 times out of 10. Alright, so I'll take this car. And shout out to Brando again, man. I got a message from him, and he just told me he found his first treasure hunt. So big ups to you, bro. Way to go. Alright, so I'll just slide these back in here. I hope these fit. It looks like they don't. Damn it. So yeah, this may have been an epic fail because they don't fit. Let's see. Alright, so I'm back. Sorry it took a while. I had to end up making my own axle. And you'll see because I have to basically put it on this type of axle, and you have to flatten it on both sides using a punch. See, these the factory ones will come like this. These are how all the customizers basically have to do. Usually you use brass. You have to use one of these, which is a punch. I use this brand. Work pretty good. And of course, if you do decide to use that, you'll need one of these. It's just an anvil, but this one has a vise on it. So yeah, let me get down to this. So basically, I wanted it to look exactly like, you know, movie accurate. Again, it does roll. And just the only thing, I mean, but I mean, it's all good because I'm not actually gonna keep it in here. And this is the finishing product. Now tell me if y'all like it, man. I try to go with like some more of a vintage look. So like I try to dole out a lot of the chrome and put you know, a flat finish. Even the engine got some little pieces here and there. I did it on the wheels, on these forks, on these downpipes. I did it on the springs. I did paint the light white, but you know, it doesn't glow. Painted these. See you on the next one. Bye y'all. Venom out.
Down. Just met a girl, say she from the H-Town. I say my name is Drizzy, and ain't nobody realer. Cup and